Environmental Studies, CBSC, Class 5. Myself, Sanchari Barua, PRT, KVAFS, Barakpur. Hello, children. Today we are going to do chapter 11 of our book, and the name of the chapter is Sunita in Space. Okay, so in this slide, we see two children are playing and talking with each other. What are their names? Uzaira and Shamir. Both are playing with a round shaped toy and talking to each other. So let us join them and see what they are talking about. Space. Outer area of our planet Earth is called space. The area where we can see the stars, the moon, the sun, and many other things in the sky, that area is called space. To go into space, people use space shuttle. So, can I go into a space shuttle and travel in the space right now? No, that's not possible. I should be trained for traveling to space in a space shuttle and will be called an astronaut. Can you identify this gentleman in this picture? Yes, you're right. This is Neil Armstrong. He was the first person to land on moon. He was an American astronaut and aeronautical engineer. He was also a naval aviator, test pilot, and university professor. He was born on August 5, 1930. Neil Armstrong remained in space for almost 8 days, 14 hours, 12 minutes, and 30 seconds. Now, in this picture, you can see a beautiful lady in a spacesuit. And who is she? She is Sunita L. Williams. Her full name is Sunita Lynn Williams. When Sunita was 5 years old, she saw pictures of Neil Armstrong's landing on the moon. In 1969, Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. Like any other child, Sunita was also fascinated. Sunita says when she was a young girl, she really loved sports and swimming. She was never too interested in studies. After high school, Sunita wanted to become a diver, but she could not get into that course. Instead, she became a helicopter pilot. One day, she found out that if she studied and trained for it, she could join the space mission. And that is what she did. In 2007, Sunita Williams set a new record for the longest space flight by a woman. Children, when we want to go by road, we use transports like bus, and when we want to travel in water, we use transports like ships or boats. Similarly, when the astronauts want to travel to space, they use space shuttles. Neil Armstrong used the space shuttle Apollo 11. Similarly, Sunita Williams used a space shuttle named Discovery. Now, all of you must be wondering that what can you see from a spacecraft or a space shuttle when you are out in the space? So, when an astronaut goes out into the space, they see this. But when they get farther away from Earth, it looks like this. This is our Earth. This is our planet. Look how beautiful it looks. The blue part shows the water areas, and the green or the brown part show the land areas. Now, if I tell you that you scored 100 out of 100 marks in your maths exam, how will you feel? You will feel very happy, right? You will probably start jumping. Now, when you jump up and down, do you hang into the space or do you come back down? Obviously, you come back down, right? So, why do you come back down and you're not floating into the space? It is because of a little something called gravity. 300 years back, Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity. Gravity is the force which helps us to stay on the ground. Imagine a glue which is covering the whole earth and keeping us together on the ground no matter what we are doing and whatever activity we are doing. Okay, so without gravity, just imagine what would have happened. We would be floating into the space. If you want to check gravity right now, do one thing: throw a ball up in the air. Just check where it goes. Does it float into the space? Now I will tell you a very strange thing. On Earth, gravity works, right? Gravity is a force that attracts all the objects to the center of the Earth. But what happens in space? In space, things are weightless. They are having zero weight. They do not fall on the ground like they do on the Earth. Can you see in the picture? The astronaut is floating in the space. Do you know in space there is no air? So the space looks very dark and it's very cold there. Whereas on Earth there is lots of air to breathe. This air is the reason why the sky looks blue. Now what happens if there is no air to breathe? How will you feel? Now what will happen if there is no air to breathe? You will feel breathlessness. In the absence of air, as I told you, that the space is very cold and there is no air to breathe. In such case, astronauts who are flowing in the space, they need space suits to keep them warm and to help them breathe. Now here are few pictures which show Sunita's experience in space. In this first picture, we can see that she is working on her laptop. But what is this? Her hair is upside. Why so? It is because of the absence of the gravity. In the second picture, oh my god, Sunita is floating inside the spaceship. Oh, she is trying to eat an ice cream, and the ice cream cup is floating in the space. From the window of a spacecraft, look how our Earth is looking. Isn't it beautiful? What is this beautiful thing? This is called a world map. In the world map, you can easily see all the 7 continents of the world: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. India is a part of Asia. Asia is the largest of all the continents. We already saw that the earth is round. It looks round from the space. So why a flat map of the world? When we try to wrap the world map around a ball, it looks like this. Now do you remember that Zara and Shamir were playing with a round shaped toy? This is called a globe. The world map can be pasted on a spherical surface and is called a globe. Now this is the map of India. You see the same latitude and longitudinal lines across the whole of India. While walking from Jammu Kashmir to Kerala, do you see these lines on the land? No, these are all imaginary lines. But these lines are very helpful to mark the exact location of a place. When Sunita Williams came to India, thousands of children like Uzaira and Shami got a chance to meet her. Sunita says that her friend Kalpana Chawla wanted to come to India and meet children. Sunita shared a lot of her experiences of living in space with the school children. She told how she used to keep floating in the spaceship from one end to another, how she was unable to use water properly. They had to catch the blobs of water and use them to wash their faces. They ate very differently there. The real fun was when all of them would float into the dining area of the spaceship and catch the floating food packets. She told that in space there was no need to use a comb. Her hair used to keep standing all the time. Not being able to walk, they had to do a lot of floating around. They had to learn how to do simple things differently. To stay at one place, they had to strap themselves. Paper used to be stuck on the wall of the spaceship for use. It was a lot of fun living in space, but obviously it was very difficult, and so was her training. This is our most beloved Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla was born in March 17, 1962. She was an American astronaut, engineer, and the first woman of Indian origin to go to space. In 2003, Chawla was one of the 7 crew members who died in the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster. Now, do you recognize this gentleman? He is Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma is a former Indian Air Force pilot who flew abroad on 3rd April 1984. He is the first Indian citizen to travel in space. Due to his voyage, India became the 14th nation in the world to send a man into the outer space. Sunita often gives her own example to tell children, if you want something but you get something else, do not give up. Do your best and things will work out. So, children, dream, dream big, and make sure to achieve those dreams with your hard work. Okay, thank you, all of you. Take care.